Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to STA Stadium in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. It's time, Coach, for the state playoffs. It's a battle of the Indians today. The Millersburg Indians at 3-8, taking on the Muncy Indians at 8-4.
Yeah, no Cowboys around this place.
Absolutely not. And 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, it's only fitting. Let's talk a little bit about Millersburg first. They come in at 3-8. I know you're going to explain why they're here at 3-8, so please do so.
Well, it's an interesting situation. 3-8 doesn't usually get you into a playoff game, let alone a state playoff game. But seeing as District 3 is primarily made up of very large schools, there's only 3 single-A schools in the entire district. 2 of them have to make the playoffs. Millersburg trounced Fairfield last week to earn their way into the playoff game today.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Millersburg and the way they trounced Fairfield. They were led by quarterback Aiden Harmon. Last week threw 5 touchdowns for the year, 1,466 yards, 14 touchdowns, but he does have 12 interceptions.
That he does. He's the playmaker. He's what makes the Millersburg offense go. He's got some other big targets that you'll talk about in a bit, but by far and away, he's the key cog in the machine, and Muncy's going to have to slow him down today on the ground and in the air if they're going to be victorious.
Well, if Millersburg is going to have a chance, pun intended right there, it's going to be number 33, Chance Crawford, out of the backfield, 736 yards, 5 touchdowns. More importantly, and we have not seen that much this year in any of the games that we've covered, a back that catches the ball out of the backfield as well as Chance Crawford does. He has 237 yards receiving to go around 736, rushing.
An all-purpose back, and Millersburg, again, depending on what they're going to do today, sometimes if you look at their roster, you'll see running backs listed as running backs, but they're really receivers. So, depending on what they feel through film study, you might see them try and rush the ball all game. If they feel they can hurt Muncy through the air, then Chance is certainly going to be a person that they're going to have to look for through the air in terms of Muncy knowing where he's at.
And Millersburg rostering only 23 players. We know how it can be in single-A football, but let's talk about their wide receivers / even fullback / whatever is needed. They're led by number 10, Kyle Kastner. 30 receptions on the year, 485 yards. He has 5 touchdowns on the year. Last week he caught 3.
Correct. He was more of a Chief than an Indian last week. And, again, depending upon what the Coach Wright sees is going to depend on how they use the players today, because they do only have 23 of them. If he feels they can hurt Muncy more by giving them the ball on the ground, then you're going to see them more in a running back role.
And also we were talking about the slash. Number 4, Caden Feaster, running back. He'll play a little fullback. He'll also play wide receiver. Between the two of them, 61 receptions on the year. He has 31 for 286, and he has 4 touchdowns.
Correct. And the thing for Millersburg is, if we can say this, being 3-8, they're playing their best football right now, which if you're going to play it, now's the time to do it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Muncy. We've seen them quite a few times this year. They're led by super freshman, number 2, Branson Iyer, 1,077 yards passing, 8 touchdowns. He could do it with his legs, too. He has 377 yards rushing, well over 1,400 total yards.
And the key for him is his steady improvement as the year's gone on, which you want to see as a coach, especially when you're in a stage like this today. It's very easy to put pressure on yourself, more than what you need to do. And the thing is, it's 4 quarters, same dimensions. Nothing about the game has changed except the title they put in front of it. So you just have to go out and play.
Well, with Paul Pepper out, Ethan Gash, as the cream always says, rises to the top. He has taken the bull by the horns, no pun intended. 1,026 yards. The kid has 18 touchdowns. We saw him in the old shoe game against Montgomery. We interviewed him after. We always say when he turns his shoulders, he's tough to bring down.
One of the better running backs I think we've seen this year at any level. And also a man of few words, which I like. Was very humble after the game. Didn't have a whole lot to say, but look for a big day from him today for the Indians.
Well, receiving the ball, Iyer to Iyer. I call it the law firm connection. Ross Iyer has 20 catches for the year. 9 of them have went for touchdowns.
Big connection, nice big tall target, basketball player, so they like to throw the ball up and let him go up and get it. And hey, it might not always be pretty, but if it's effective, who cares?
Yeah, and also number 15, senior Christian Good. I remember him. He stuck out to me. He was all over the field on defense and a real steady receiver for the Indians, and I believe he is the punter also for the team, Christian Good. Tremendous athlete. He'll be a very, very huge part of the game plan today for Muncy. Coach, I know you want to talk a little bit about the defense before we send it back up to the booth. They've been playing better and better every week.
Well, that's the thing. When you get into this time of the year, at least it used to be when we didn't have all these turf fields, your defense really had to be playing solid ball at this time of the season. And even though the fields are in better condition, it still holds true, I think, Paul. Your defense has to keep you in games, and Muncy's defense has played steadily better than since we have seen them all the way back in that game against South Williamsport. We saw them a couple weeks after that against Montgomery in the old shoe game. They played very well, and they avenged 2 losses last 2 weeks in the playoffs to Sayre and Canton, teams they lost to in the regular season, by playing a lot better defense. And their linebacking core has been what's held the group together, and I look for that to continue today.
Mr. Hazelin Koloff, our favorite all-name team, has 130 tackles on the year. That's a lot.
Correct. He leads the tribe, and hopefully they'll be racking up some big numbers today as Muncy looks to secure its first ever state playoff victory.
Well, sun's out, guns out, as they say, Coach, from STA Stadium. It's a beautiful day at football. For football, kickoff is coming up at the top of the hour. It's the Indians against the Indians. What I suggest you to do, Coach, it's nice out today, but go to that refrigerator, grab something cold to drink, perhaps even a snack. The game is coming up next on WebWeeklyLive.com. You don't want to miss a second of it.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com. That's right. We'll always offer the lowest price, guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000.
All right, welcome everyone to a Saturday afternoon matinee high school football. Paul Bowe alongside Coach Rich Zalonis. Coach, Muncy will be kicking off to Millersburg from STA Stadium here in Williamsport. Beautiful day for football.
Beautiful sunsplash day. Beautiful
Did you say
scenery.
Sunsplashed?
It is sunsplashed. The sun's all over the place. Beautiful, bright day.
And you were making fun of my scarf. Boring to kick off. Fielded by one of the upmen. And that is number 14, Jonathan Snyder. Not much on to return. And Aiden Harmon will take over at their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10 to start things off.
Will be interesting to see how Coach Wright is going to attack the Indians today based on what they've seen in the film study. As we said, we've seen them be 2 different types of teams throughout the year, but it looks like they're going to be in a one-back set to start with no tight end.
All right, Harmon will operate from the shotgun. Back to pass, looking over the middle, complete, Feaster. And he will get about 7 on the play. Gaden Feaster coming into the game with 31 catches, 286 yards. We talked about him a little bit in the open, Coach, playing a little fullback / wide receiver. And they're
just a stop pattern on that play, and Muncy staying in a zone, and he just curled up, and they hit him underneath.
Millersburg will have 3 wide to the top of your screen. Here's a handoff to Crawford up the middle. Crawford falling close to the 44-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Indians. Going a little up-tempo here to start the game up.
Not huddling.
Once again, 3 receivers to the top. Snyder to the bottom of your screen. Lone setback is Crawford. Harmon back to pass. Look, quick over the middle. In and out of the hands. Might have been tipped. That would intended for Kyle Kastner. Good defense on the play.
Correct. Once he got in the throwing lane that time of the RPO, and if they didn't touch that, it would have been another big gain for Millersburg. Fairly impressive drive so far for the Indians.
Yeah, they had some guys open. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 43-yard line. Just underway here, 1st quarter. Here's a handoff to Crawford, running wide, cuts back across midfield, and pokes his nose into Muncy territory. will set up third and short, and a flag comes in late from the secondary.
Very late flag. I don't know if that's going to be a personal foul. I think Muncy's coaches were looking for a hold there, but they're going to get a personal foul on somebody. Might be on Muncy.
Late hit it's going to be. Just to apologize to the fans at home, it is very, very tough to see the time remaining here with the sun at a 1 o'clock game here, so I'm not going to be able to give you too much updates on time going on. It's going to be against Millersburg.
I believe they call that on Caden Feaster, the fullback, number 4 on that play for unsportsmanlike conduct. And that's a break for Muncy. And I'll tell you, one of the things I noticed, they're getting the ball out very quickly. Muncy's going to have to try and get some heat on Harmon as this game goes on. He's too good to just let him stand back there and throw.
Harmon once again from the gun. Feaster in the slot. Harmon looking his way. Under pressure, looking, rolling, throws across his body and incomplete. Intended up at the 46-yard line for Jonathan Snyder. He could not get his foot down. Pass was a little high, sailed on him. It'll bring up third down.
And first time all game that Muncy did get a little bit of pressure, forced Harmon to have to move around in the pocket a little bit. Nonetheless, he was open. Probably should have been caught, Paul.
Yeah, well, that penalty absolutely, it's fourth down actually. It's going to be fourth. And Millersburg will punt it away. Looking directly into the sun.
Correct. It's a fake punt. Nope. He took off with it and then
that's going to take a good bounce over the head of number 9, Chase Crawley, and it's downed inside the 10-yard line. Branson Iyer and the Indians will take over about their 9-yard line. We'll be right back. First possession, take a quick break. First quarter, no score. Here.
Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan with the best selection of new Nissans, the best quality pre-owned vehicles, the best service, and best of all, the Blaze Alexander low price guarantee. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, and we dare you to find a better dealer. Don't ever settle.
All right, welcome back. 10:34 to go. First quarter, no score. Muncy with their first possession of the game. Baxton and I. Here's a pitch. Running wild. That's Gush. Gush turns his shoulders up, and he's going to be close to a first down, Coach.
Great play to open the game for Muncy. Just a simple toss sweep. They were able to establish the corner, and Gush took off for about an 8 or 9 yard gain. Nice way to start the game for Muncy.
Going to set up a 2nd and 2.
One of the things I liked on that play is he was very patient.
Handoff straight up the middle, right at the sticks. It's going to be a first down. Yeah. That'll be a first down for Muncy. Backs come out in an eye, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Muncy going from right to left. Hand off to Gush again. Room over to left side.
Muncy brought their tight end over.
That's Waco, just so you know. He's 27. Gush is a fullback.
Muncy brought their tight end over that time. It was sort of an unbalanced set.
Check, that was Weichel on the ball carrier that time.
Millersburg did not adjust.
2nd down and 5. Ball now at the 26-yard line for Muncy. This time they hand the ball to Gush right up the middle.
Yeah, if we can see that again, you'll see what I'm talking about on the replay. So what you'll notice is Muncy has their tight end over on the left-hand side of their formation. Millersburg never adjusts their defensive line, so there's a natural gap there to give the ball to the fullback, and they basically don't even have to block anybody for a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Iyer rolling, back to pass, looks, pass complete to Good. Over at the 40, sidesteps a man to the 45 and up to midfield. Christian Good making people miss. in the open field. And that'll be another first down for Muncy.
Yeah, we've seen Muncy run that play several times during the year when we've had them. This is the third time this year. That's a very, very successful play for them and a safe pass.
Nose of the ball right at midfield. First quarter just underway here from Williamsport. No score in the ball game. 8:57 to go. Muncy ball right at midfield. Baxton and I again. Pitch wide. That's Gush. Gush cutting back. First down and more. Ethan Gush carrying defenders with him. We talked about him, Coach, in the pregame. 18 touchdowns on the year, over 1,000 yards.
He's a hard runner. And once again, Muncy had their tight end over in an unbalanced situation. No adjustment by Millersburg. And if they don't adjust to it, don't be surprised if you see Muncy in it the entire game.
Handoff again up the middle. Good defense this time by the Indians.
Yeah, Jabin Jury made the tackle on that play for Millersburg. Did you notice Paul Pepper on the field for the Indians?
He's in uniform down there. His knee heavily wrapped, I can see. But he is dressed today. We didn't know if he was going to be a go. Little change of direction back for Muncy when he does come into the ball game. Baxton and I again. Handoff. That's your buddy on there, number 25, Hazelin Koloff.
Straight inside dive for the Indians, and they're getting 2 and 3 yards a shot. I'm going to assume Sean's in 4 down territory here for Muncy on their opening drive.
3rd and 4, ball at the 45-yard line. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. No score yet. Good to the bottom of your screen. Handoff in the middle. Same exact play to Gush. Running over people, and he's close to a first down. I'm going to leave it to you, Eagle Eye.
Boy, inside blast play. He's a little short. But you've got to go for it here. Sneak or just give the ball to your fullback again. Muncy's doing a good job coming off the ball, being aggressive and physical on this opening drive.
You talk about it all the time on 4th and short. Your pet peeve is when they hand the ball off. You just want a quick dive by the quarterback, sneak it in there.
Absolutely, it's the safest play. I think it's your best short yardage play when it's this short. Or you can be a Nebraska fan and watch them run in the shotgun when it's 4th and inches.
Handoff up the middle, big hole. Now bounces to the outside is Weichel. And another first down to the 20-yard line. Muncy looking good on this opening drive, Coach.
They are, and Elijah Weichel has really come on the last 4 or 5 weeks for the Indians, as they're just taking it to Millersburg up front right now. They're whipping them off the line of scrimmage, and Millersburg's going to call their first time out, and I don't think their coach is real happy.
All right, we got a timeout on the field. 6:46 to go. First quarter. We'll be right back.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastFaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
All right, we're back, Coach, here at STA Stadium in Williamsport. No score opening drive for Muncy, deep in territory of Millersburg. Handoff again. That's Weichel. He's going to score from 20 yards out. Elijah Weichel, and Muncy draws first blood here.
On a beautifully well-executed old-fashioned Redskin counter trap play where they pull the guard and tackle. We can get another look at that. You'll see.
Draw it up for us, Coach.
Well, it's very well executed. Weichel could have driven an RV through that hole. As you see in the cup, they're going to pull their backside guard and tackle. Here they come, and there is nobody. He goes untouched into the end zone, and Muncy's on the board with a very impressive one pass, I believe, opening drive, and that sends a statement.
Boring on for the extra point. Point after is up, and point after is good. 7-0, Muncy leads. That's a pork pizza touchdown.
caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock.
25.
All right, we are back. 7-0. Muncy leads. Keaton Wilbert and Jonathan Snyder back deep for Millersburg. Boring to tee it up. Another squib kick there, fielded by one of the up men at the 40 and down to the 43-yard line. So Millersburg's going to have good field position, Coach.
Yeah, good field position to start the game, picked up a first down or two, and then hurt themselves with the personal foul penalty.
Well, you say it all the time, penalties will absolutely kill you in any game.
Especially the personal foul ones, because they're not needed. They're not part of the play usually when you're running your mouth.
And that was well after the whistle.
Absolutely.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 42-yard line. Same formation again, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom of your screen is Snyder. Lone setback is Crawford. Harmon back to pass, straight drop, steps up, down he goes.
Yeah.
Ball's on the turf, but he fell on at number 66.
Mason Hillman pasted him that time. That's his first sack of the year, the big senior, 5'11", 300 pounds. And there you go. We talk about having to get pressure on Harmon and making him feel uncomfortable, and just a nice job that time by the big defensive tackle for Muncy.
Well, there was pressure from the get-go. He stepped up in the pocket, and down he went. Once again, 4 wide for Millersburg, now from the pistol. Harmon, draw play here.
Nowhere
Crawford.
to go. Hillman again, and another big play for the defensive tackle, having himself a little feast.
Absolutely here, 2 weeks shy of Thanksgiving. It's going to be 3rd and real long here, country mile. About 17 it looks like, 18.
Yeah, we've done this 13 times this year, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing me say it, but you don't have a lot to call when it's 3rd and 21.
Well, maybe play it safe for a little screen pass out of the backfield we talked about, and you're just going to, a little bootleg. Screen pass, there was the screen there. A little play action. Looked like he was going to take a bootleg, but there was no one there. Well defended by Muncy, and that's going to force a punt.
Nathan Palmatier was all over that. Very well read.
Brents and I are back deep along with Chase Crawley for Muncy. Caden Feaster to kick it away for Millersburg. Nice kick again. Takes a neutral bounce and it rolls diagonally, and that's going to stop dead about the 43-yard line. Muncy's second possession of the game coming up. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. WebWeeklyLive.com.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your
5:08 to go in the first quarter. Muncy leads 7-0. Paul Ball, Rich Zalonis, thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us here on WebWeeklyLive.com. Weichel, the ball carrier, gain of a couple. Looked like there was going to be a lot more, and that closed up in a hurry, Coach.
Millersburg, did a nice job closing the hole. Sometimes it looks like you're going to get more than what you get. Holes open up and they close up sometimes very quickly, and the reverse is true also at times.
2nd and 7, ball at the 41-yard line. Baxton and I, handoff up the middle 74 with a big hit there. Gush still pushing forward.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Nice play. Nice tackle. Elijah Latshaw.
Elijah. We talked about him in the open. He was number 9 earlier in the year. Now he's 74.
That is correct.
Well, that's tough when you have many players here and players playing both ways on both teams.
And give credit to the Millersburg kids. You know, it's tough when you come to practice every day when you know you're banged up and you don't have a lot of bodies.
Third down here in about 6 for Muncy. Iyer rolling to his right, throws complete. Has Koloff out of the backfield. That's a first down for Muncy right across midfield. Take us through that one, Coach.
Well, very well executed. Back out of the backfield again for Muncy. They made a living for years on that play. They ran that back when I coached against Scotty McLean, and it's one of their plays that they've run very well over the years. And the thing I liked about that on that play is the presence of Branson Iyer. We talked in the pregame about how he's progressed. You know, I think we see that play against South. It's off his back foot. It's wobbly, etc. But he did a nice job there.
Absolutely. Gush up the middle, bulldozing his way. 8 yards on first down. More positive yards on first down, setting up a second and short. And Muncy's controlling this line of scrimmage. It's pretty obvious.
They are, and they're also controlling the time of possession, Paul, and that's the two big things.
Iyer gets the play in from the sidelines. 3 minutes even to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Muncy leads and driving again. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, Iyer and Good, and Millersburg jumps.
Interesting to see. They jumped. I don't know if they made contact.
Conference here at the 44. It will be a first down if it's against Millersburg. And it is. And that'll be a first down. As a coach, you hate to see that.
Yep.
Hard enough stopping them 3 downs, but to give them extra downs.
And when Muncy's bringing over a tackle or a tight end, Paul, to the 2 receiver side, and I keep saying that it's unbalanced. Right, and here it comes again. You see how they've got a guard, a tackle, or a tight end, and 2 receivers. Millersburg isn't adjusting to that, and you're seeing the gaping holes. Muncy has an extra blocker, Millersburg does not. So they mustn't be treating that. Either their kids aren't recognizing it or their coordinator's not treating it as an unbalance. But either way, for Muncy, it's opening up some nice leverage blocking schemes and some holes there for backs to run through.
Caden Feaster with another tackle coming up from the secondary.
Here's a play they scored on earlier, another counter trap.
First down and
big yards for Muncy, another 7 or 8 yard gain. And boy, when you're controlling the line of scrimmage like this, it's really fun to be an offensive coordinator, Paul.
Another first down, Coach. They are driving ball at the 23-yard line. Another first down, 1st and 10. Handoff again, straight up the middle. Nice tackle by 54.
Jabin Jury with the stop for Millersburg. Quick opener to the fullback. Jury was not fooled. The jury was not out on that play.
2nd down and 7. Ball right at the 20-yard line. Iyer taps under center, handoff Gush up the middle, down to the 15. 5 yards on 2nd down. Sets up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2.
Now, Isaac Boring is Muncy's kicker. He has not missed a field goal this year. He's 4-4 with his long being a 32. But, boy, I don't know. The way they're controlling the line of scrimmage here, depending on what we do here, I'm going for it on 4th down, Paul.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Third and 3. Pitch to Gush wide, turns it up, 15, down to the 11, and another first down for Muncy.
We're under a minute to go in the first quarter, Paul. I believe 57 seconds left. Muncy deep in Millersburg territory, looking to tack on another score here.
Ball at the 11-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. They still could get a first down before scoring a touchdown down about the 1.5-yard line. Power formation here. Now handoff to Gush. Up the middle. Sidestepping people and into the end zone goes Ethan Gush from 11 yards out, Coach.
Nice job on the blast play by Muncy. We'll take another look at it. Just an inside blast. And when you're a running back and you see this type of green in front of you, it's always a good thing. Muncy's offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage since the game began. There you see a nice sidestep by Gush on his way to the end zone. Muncy's looking to go up 14.
Boring on for the extra point. Bad snap, picked it up. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-0. Muncy leads. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Hi, welcome back to ST Stadium in Williamsport. Paul Ball, Rich Salonis on WebWeeklyLive.com. 14-0. Muncy leads 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Coach, what are we seeing here this first quarter?
Well, we're seeing total domination by the Muncy offensive line. That's what we're seeing, in my opinion. I think, when you do that, you give yourself an excellent chance to win football games.
Power football. Ball tip picked up by Feaster, still bobbling around about the 5. Over to the 10. Sidesteps Pepper at the 15. Gets to the corner. 20, and great open field tackle by number 26. Dylan Shar in the open field.
Yeah, a couple of the Muncy players would have liked to have that back. They could have had him pinned back inside the 15, but they didn't, what coaches say, break down on their tackle that time, and he was able to get away. Good effort.
23 seconds to go in the first quarter. First and 10, ball at the 20-yard line.
We'll see if Millersburg tries to stretch the field here, Paul, and go deep.
From the pistol is Harmon. And off to Crawford. Oh, bobbles the ball. Alertly falls on it. That could have been disaster.
That was going to be a trap play, but the ball was bobbled and very nearly recovered by Muncy. It's Cale Hembury looking for his second fumble recovery of the year from his defensive end spot. Was very close to making a very big play for Muncy.
And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. And we played one here at STA Stadium, 14-0. Muncy leads Millersburg. We'll be right back with the second quarter here on WebWeeklyLive.com.
My name is Matt Cochran. I am a late model driver from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I have been racing at my local dirt tracks for the last 20 years with my family by my side. My father's business, Cochran Automotive and Towing, has been my main sponsor from the very beginning. Racing is not just something I do, it is something I live for. My whole family is involved, from my mom and dad to my brother Bradley, my cousin Tyler, my uncle Wayne, and now my wife Megan and stepson Brock. Everyone pitches in and helps out in one way or another. Every Friday night the family packs up and heads out to Clinton County Motor Speedway, where I run my limited late model. As soon as my supermotor is done being freshened up, we will start running that on Saturday nights. Right now we are running up front and are competitive, but we could be doing better with some new equipment and technology. I am looking for additional sponsors to complete the 2019 season and for the next 2020 season coming.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com. That's right, we'll always offer the lowest price, guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000.
All right, Coach, we're back here at STA Stadium, 14-0, second quarter just starting here. 2nd and 14 for Millersburg. Very key possession of the ball game. Harmon pitches wide. Crawford around, trying to get to the end. Muncy stringing it out. Very nice play.
And well played by cornerback Christian Good, who did not give up the corner, didn't lose leverage, and forced Crawford back into the inside.
To me, it looked like he could have cut it up a little bit. He really ran wide on that. He had some room if he cut back to the middle of the field, but easier seen from up here than on the field.
And other than that first drive where Millersburg picked up a first down, they've been playing behind the sticks the whole game after that. So we're looking at another 3rd down and 12 play.
3rd and 12, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Millersburg going from right to left. Harmon back to pass, looks, under pressure, steps up, down he goes. Again, that defense led by number 7, Xander Brown, in there. And once again, Millersburg's going to have to punt. Coach, this has the look of getting ugly quick if the defense does not step up here.
Well, it does, and all Muncy's really done is just picked up their aggressiveness on the defensive line. It's not like they're sending any exotic blitzes or anything to pressure Harmon, but they picked up their physicality on the defensive line, and it's really played havoc with the Indians.
Feaster on the punt from his own goal line. Iyer standing at at the 45 of Millersburg. Kick takes a bounce, rolls, picked up by Chase Crawley at the 50, and he spins, and down he goes, and the flag flies. Up at the 48-yard line. Do you see what it is?
I did not. I don't know if it's a face mask or a horse collar. I did not see a block in the back.
No, I did not either. Conference at the 48.
And in all truthfulness, Paul, I was looking down at my sheet there quickly, and I didn't catch it.
Chris Massey's going to be joining us here at halftime to provide us with some stats from the first half here. Penalty is on Muncy. And Muncy will start now from their 38-yard line.
What did they call Paul? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
I had our producer handing me something here. I didn't know. But Doc Massey will be joining us at the half, I was saying before. He will provide some stats in the first half and provide what he saw out there on the field. It's always good to see Doc. And he's a little bit in his glory with his 49ers, only having one loss. I see him posting that they're going to the Super Bowl, handing the Lombardi Trophy now.
That remains to be seen.
Well, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I got about 3 years until they win a couple games. We're hoping for a 5-win season. 2nd and 8, movement again. Flags fly.
Right, you have 5 easy yards for Muncy. Can't beat it. Good discipline up front by Muncy's offensive line to sit still. That's the second time Millersburg's jumped. If you'll notice, Paul, Muncy's playing positive with the sticks all game long today. 2nd and shorts,
yeah.
3rd and shorts, make it a lot easier. Allow you to call many more things in your game plan, although Muncy hasn't had to do a whole lot because of their dominance on the offensive line.
2nd and 3, handoff up the middle again. Gush spinning, first down, more across midfield, down to about the 48-yard line, tackled by a host of Indians there. And that's more power running by Ethan Gush.
Well, it's an inside fullback trap. We take a look at it again. You see the quarterback is reverse pivoting to try and freeze the inside linebackers, but it's a quick trap by Muncy. We're going to take a look at it now. There comes the trap. Millersburg's defensive tackle takes himself out of the play by running upfield.
That gives a new set of downs for Muncy. Ball in Millersburg territory. And up to Weichel. Not much there. Good defense, and that's a rare running play that hasn't gained many yards for Muncy. They've been gaining it in chunks. Second and 9. Ball at the 48-yard line.
And I'll tell you, Gush has gone over 100 yards 4 times this year, and Paul, he's well on his way to another one.
Big
today.
hole up the middle, making tacklers miss. He's taking this one to the house. Ethan Gush at the 20, 15, 10. Oh, and they caught him at the 1 yard line. 47-yard run for Ethan Gush.
And somebody's got to give some credit to Hembury, Hillman, Harris, and how Eisen up front for Muncy. They are just dominating Millersburg this entire first half.
And they caught him inside the 1 yard line. Great run by Ethan Gush, changing directions and making people miss. And Muncy's looking to go up 3 scores here. Power backfield now. Hand off to Gush. He did all the work, and he is in for the touchdown. Ethan Gush from a yard out. And Muncy leads 20-0.
And as it's looking now, Paul, this, barring a big comeback, to be honest here, it's probably going to be the last game in the history of Millersburg football, as they will no longer be playing football at the school. They're going to be co-oping with Upper Dauphin next year.
Isaac Boring on for the point after. It is up. It is good. It's 21-0, Coach. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods.
All right, welcome back, Coach. 21-0. Ethan Gush, his second touchdown of the game. It was all Gush on that drive. Takes it in from a yard out, and 21-0 for Muncy over Millersburg here in the second quarter.
And Millersburg's got to respond here. They have to try and get something going. At the very least, Paul, chew up some time off the clock, get some confidence offensively.
Yeah, you said it very well the last drive. They've been chasing the sticks since that first drive.
It just continuously makes things difficult on everybody because it eliminates what you can do offensively. It makes you one-dimensional.
Two receivers to the top, one to the bottom of your screen. That's Snyder. Crawford in the backfield, Harmon from the gun. Harmon rolling to his right, rolling, looking, throws. Pass complete to Feaster.
And there's the first positive play for Millersburg since the opening drive.
First down up at the 49-yard line. Nice play, nice route. Good coverage on the play by Crawley, excuse me. But Feaster made a nice play on that one.
Well-placed ball, well-run pattern, and Harmon was able to get the corner. Muncy lost contain. They can't let that happen. He's too good of an athlete.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. First down at the 48-yard line for Millersburg. Handoff to Crawford. Crawford getting to the outside, cutting back to the 45 inside, now down to the 42-yard line, close to a first down. Good run on first down before.
Right. Gage Wirtz made the tackle there on the corner for Muncy. Crawford, good gain there, Paul. Now, hey, maybe Millersburg hurt us. They woke up a little bit here. Two positive plays, which have been first two positive ones they've had since their opening drive of the game.
Harmon now from the pistol, trips to the bottom of your screen. Millersburg going from right to left and off to Crawford. Crawford gets the first down, stretching his body.
Was initially stopped back there by Mason Hillman, but then I think lunged forward and was able to get the first down in a good second effort.
Four wide, trips to the bottom of your screen. Harmon from the pistol. 1st and 10. Millersburg hand off to Crawford again. Straight up the gut, nothing doing.
Well read by Muncy's linebackers. There was a host of Muncy defensive players right there. I just counted 3 getting off the pile.
Yeah, if Millersburg's going to get back in this game, they're going to have to throw the ball. It's pretty obvious. But they got to give them time. 2nd and 9, ball at the 40-yard line. 6:15 to go before intermission.
As Muncy has an extra D-back on the field for the 2nd down and long play.
Harmon rolling to the left, backpedal, stops, throws, downfield.
Wow, I don't know what happened there.
Kastner had a
step.
He
Kastner
never put his hands up.
Yeah, it looks like Kastner didn't see the ball or didn't know it was on his way, but he was behind everybody.
Quarterback looking into the sun, so it couldn't have been the sun, but not sure what happened there, but he did have a step.
Well,
if he puts his hands up, that might be a touchdown.
Correct. Well, I would find it very hard to believe that he would make no effort on that. He mustn't have seen it.
Yeah, he had to lose the ball. 3rd down and 9 now. Harmon going to call his own number. And we saw the stats before the game. He's not much of a threat with his legs. And he lost 5 on the play. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, he lost 2 more yards. So by our account, that's his 73rd rush for 20 yards this year.
Fourth and long here.
Well,
they're going to go for it here.
Well, hey, there's no tomorrows, literally.
5 wide now for Millersburg. Empty backfield, Harmon from the gun. Crawford in the slot. Harmon back to pass, looking, throws, incomplete. It wouldn't have been well short of the first down intended for Caden Feaster. And Muncy will take over, coach, at the 45.
Yeah. Chase Crawley, a sophomore, made a nice play that time to knock the ball away. And when you're chasing points like Millersburg is also now, it's a double-edged sword because you don't get the first down. Muncy's got great field position on their own 45, and let's be honest, you haven't been exactly stout defensively today, so.
No, not at all.
You're already down 3 scores, 5 minutes and change left in the first half, plus Muncy gets the ball to start the second half.
5:14, Baxton and I. Hand off straight up the middle. Ethan Gush, he's got to be close to 100 yards already in the first half.
Well, he's had a nice first half for Muncy, as has that offensive line. And why do anything different than stay basic? You don't need to.
No, run the clock. Up 3 scores, controlling the ball on all aspects of the game. Second and 7, Iyer rolling, keeps it, turns up, flag down.
That's going to kind of come back.
Iyer's going to take this one for a touchdown, but hold everything. Laundry on the field. I think they're going to get Weichel here.
They are. They're going to get a hold, and that came out very quickly. Both saw that. The only thing is, over the years of coaching, my pet peeves with those holding calls are when they're that quick. That came out almost as soon as the ball was snapped, it seemed like. So, I don't know. Questionable to me.
That's going to back them up. Coach, while we have a minute here, let's talk about a little bit what happened last night in playoff action. Jersey Shore, a big victory over Bishop Shannon. We're going to be at that Jersey Shore game next week against either Central Catholic or Pottsville.
That should be a humdinger. Looking forward to that. Tom Gravish has done a great job resurrecting that Jersey Shore program, who many have felt has been a sleeping giant for many years.
And Montoursville over Loyalsock for the second time. Iyer around the end gets almost everything back, and he's close to a first down.
He's going to have a first down.
He has the first. We were saying Montoursville and Loyalsock playing for the second time. Montoursville kind of roughed them up the first time, and it looked like more of the same last night. They're tough, the Warriors.
Yeah, a real good football team. We had an opportunity to see them against Selinsgrove a couple weeks back, and barring injuries, they've got a chance to make some more noise, but I believe they've got Wyoming area coming up next.
Yeah, Wyoming area.
And that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Wyoming area, I believe, is unbeaten.
One loss.
Or one loss, excuse me, to Southern. And we don't even count that, so we're going to say they're unbeaten.
Well, both teams have one loss to the University.
First and 10, ball at the 45-yard line, handoff to Gush up the middle again. And that should be a great game, too, next week as we're getting down closer to the state finals in Hershey. And like I said, we were talking before the game, it seems like only yesterday you and I were in Central Mountain high above the stadium roasting in August. And now it's in November, and we're bundling up with my scarf. And, it's a nice day today for football, but I'll tell you what, I can't believe it's week 13 already of the season.
It's unbelievable how fast time goes. And
pitch wide to Weichel. Weichel cutting back like a mouse in a maze there looking for the cheese. He just bounces around and down to the 30.
I can't say enough about the dominance of Muncy's offensive line.
We got a timeout on the field. 3:09 to go before the half. 21-0 Muncy. We'll be right back after a word.
I'm Brian Cochran, owner and operator of Cochran Automotive and Towing. We have complete towing, roadside services from lockouts, fuel delivery, flat tires, and breakdowns. We all know accidents happen. When they do, request us. We can save you $75 on a city fee if you request us.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyalsock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's, Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
All right, Coach, we're back here, STA Stadium. Muncy driving again, looking for more. 3:09 to go in the half. Ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. In motion is good. A little play action. Looking, everyone's covered. In and out of the hands of Warts. And it'll be 2nd down. He was looking originally for Christian Good. Well covered by Millersburg, excuse me. 2nd and 10. See a lot of hands on hips here for Millersburg. They've been on the field a long time. Pitch wide, around the end. No flag on the play. Down to about the 25-yard line. Thought he grabbed him by the horse collar there.
So did I.
They
Apparently, the official right in front of him didn't see it that way, and unfortunately, that's who makes the decision. 3rd and 5 for Muncy. Field goal, Paul?
If they get close enough, I think they're a little closer they're going to have to get. They might attempt one. I said boring is perfect for the year.
I'll tell you, I would give him an opportunity here because you don't know if you're going to need it the next week.
Play that went for a touchdown, and now around the end is Iyer.
Going to go
10-5. Oh, nice play.
Big game.
Down at the 1-yard line, Branson Iyer turns his shoulders up.
No flags this time.
24-yard run there.
Simple, basic quarterback sweep. Was able to get the corner. Again, well executed. I think from where we first saw this Muncy team at South Williamsport till now.
Night and day.
It is, and that's a good thing to see, especially when you've got so many young kids as Muncy does. The future looks very good.
Ball at the 1 yard line. Pitch to Good. Good stretches, and he is
That's a touchdown.
in for the touchdown. Christian Good, a 1 yard run.
2:47 left in the half, and Muncy has a commanding 28-0 lead. Well, soon to be 28-0. Don't want to jinx them.
27-0 point after pending.
Remember, the snap was high last time. It was a very good hold.
Isaac Boring to kick out of Ayers' hold. Snap, spot, kick up. Kick is good. 28-0. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. Christian Good spreads the lead to 4.
Hey, they're going to run out of pizza.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what
your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind.
All right, Coach, we're back. 28-0. Christian Good from a yard out, set up by Branson Ayers. 24-yard run, and it's been all Muncy in the first half.
That it has.
Another short kick. Fielded at the 30, up to at the 35, and good field position again from Millersburg.
And Snyder, I believe, has handled every one of the kickoffs for Millersburg today except for one. So Millersburg's going to set up shop with 2:43 left in the first half, trailing by 4 touchdowns.
Well, you got to crawl before you could walk here. So let's, one play at a time for Millersburg. First down after first down, and try to get something going here before the half because they have not got anything going at all. 4 wide here for Millersburg.
And Muncy being smart with only having one linebacker in the box. They'll concede a couple of yards to the inside here. It's going to be reversed by Millersburg.
Here comes Feaster turning it up, trying to get to the end. Oh, a block there, no flag. But that was very close to a block in the back.
It was, but a great tackle for Muncy by Christian Good. He's having himself a fine defensive game today. It's at least the second tackle that he's made.
Once again, if he turned it up there, I don't think there was room to the inside, Coach. They're running really wide. 2nd and 5. Play only gained 5 yards. Looks like it had a lot more to gain on that one. Trips to the bottom of your screen here. Maybe a shot here. Harmon, straight drop. Looking. Tender for number 25.
Well, he had Wilbert open, but he bounced the ball to him. He sort of rushed that pass. And I can certainly understand why. He's been under a little bit of pressure after the first drive, but that time there was no one near him. 56 seconds left now in the half for Millersburg as they face a 3rd down and 5 from their own 40, trailing 28-0.
Same formation, trips to the bottom of your screen. 1 to the top, single setback is Crawford. Harmon from the gun, straight drop, looks, pass over the middle. He was open for a second on the play, was Jonathan Snyder. Got one hand on it, couldn't get the second one on it.
He stopped. It looked like that was going to be a completion. To me, at least, Paul, it looked like he didn't continue on the route, and that's why the ball was so far in front of him. And he had leverage if he would have continued on with the slant pattern.
It's going to be 4th and 5. 5 wide for Millersburg. Harmon going to kick it, little pooch kick, takes a bounce. And it's going to roll down to the 22-yard line with
46 seconds.
46 seconds to go.
And for what it's worth, that was smart. When I looked out there and thought, boy, you're going to go for it here. I understand on one hand, but Muncy, with great field position, you were already trailing.
I think Muncy's just going to run the ball twice and call it a half. Up 20-0, no reason to even try for any more.
I concur. 1:46 left, they're telling us now.
Well, there's a 1 there.
There's no way I can see that.
It's tough to see here with the sun in a 1 o'clock game here, but around the end goes Weichel. Weichel cuts back to the 30.
Yeah, nice speed
nice
sweep.
Hit by Feaster.
Or wing sweep from Muncy there. And Weichel, another one of Muncy's young backs. As a matter of fact, a freshman, 5'6", 145, has really been coming on. Came into today with 321 yards.
And we didn't see the first game we did of the year against
South.
We did not see much of Weichel.
Nope.
He had maybe 1 or 2 carries, but as the year progresses, and he has some speed, and you can see it right there as he gets to the outside and turns it up. Close to another first down, a little short.
Well, see where they mark him. He's going to have a first down, I think.
They're marking
well,
they're
just tossing it all the way around. Nope, back at the 40. No way he's got it.
2nd and 3. Coach, we haven't seen any counter gives yet today. When do you think that's coming?
I don't think Muncy's going to show that today. I think they're going to save that for the Lackawanna Trail Lions next week.
Well, you never know. That misdirection, get somebody going the other way. That was one of your plays when you ran it, right, all the time?
Correct.
I thought so.
Another wing sweep to Weichel.
First down and more. Oh, nice spin move. Stays in bounds, though. The clock will stop as they move the first down sticks. And now there's 1:06 left in the half. There's still time to add some more points to the
absolutely.
board.
Muncy's got the full complement of their timeouts. If that is a 3 that I'm looking at, and I think it is, but I don't believe they've called timeout this half.
It's under a minute now. Clock running. And I've gush up the middle down at a 44. Now we got a timeout. Muncy calls time. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back for the final 44 seconds, of the half.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us.
All right, we're back here, Coach. Final 40-some seconds here to go. Iyer back to pass, looking downfield. Incomplete, and we've seen Ross Iyer make that catch a bunch of times this season when the ball is underthrown. Plucks it right from the defender, but not that time.
Correct. Muncy taking its shot downfield here. I actually thought he threw to the wrong person. It looked like he had Weichel open on the post from the wing position on that play, but
maybe 3rd and about 6.
Trying to get another case confirmed with your law firm connection.
Yep. Pass blockers out in front. Quick screen to Good. Lot of room. 35, 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 20. That was set up from the start there. As you saw 3 receivers, 1 back.
Absolutely. An excellent blocking downfield by Gage Wirtz allowed that play to go for Good.
Christian Good had a convoy in front of him.
Wirtz drove his man and glued to him for at least 10 yards out there. Excellent. Well done.
Ball at the 21-yard line. 28-0.
35.3 seconds left, I believe.
35.3, correct.
2 timeouts for Muncy. Try to put another one in. Mercy rule will be in effect.
3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Muncy going from left to right. Iyer rolling this way. Looking, throws in the end zone, has Iyer in there, and there's a Has to be a penalty there as there's a lot of contact.
Yeah, that was Caden Feaster who actually did the smart thing. He was
beaten
on the play, beaten badly, and he had to do that or else it would have been a Muncy touchdown.
My God, there's flies everywhere. We're having. I wish you guys could see this in the press box here. It's like fly central up here. Coach is batting them around there practicing his badminton. Former badminton champion. What's it? 1980.
Who told you that?
87 or 88? What was it?
1887.
1880s. Speaking of the 1800s, remember when Columbus's ships came to America?
Yes, I do, Paul.
Okay.
I was a young child.
Well, you know that they weren't the real names.
I know.
We'll go through that later. All right. First and goal. Iyer rolling.
He should take off with it. Yep.
He's
well,
reverses direction, and down he goes at the 12-yard line.
Well, so much we talk about for being a freshman. There you want to be decisive, and you don't want to waste time. And once he's going to have to take another timeout. He would have they ran a waggle that time, and there was nobody open. Millersburg had it defended properly. So either throw the ball out of bounds or run it out of bounds. The last thing you want to do with the time, now you're down to 6 or 8 seconds. It could be one of the two. You've got to use one of your timeouts.
Well, if it's 6 seconds, this is probably going to be the last play. If it's 8 seconds, you might have two plays. 18 seconds. All right. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. 30-second timeout. We'll be back for the final 18 seconds.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball.
All right, 18 seconds to go. Here's a pitch wide to Gush at the 11, cuts back inside to 10 and down close to the 5-yard line, and another timeout.
Yeah, smart. Mike Weber. And they're taking the timeout for the Muncy Indians. Give him a big shout out. Coached with him for a while at Lycoming College, an outstanding linebacker coach, and I'm sure he's added a tremendous amount to Muncy's staff. Just an all-around good guy.
Speaking of shouts out, Coach Cruz up in the booth with us here now.
I know.
Walks in. It's always great to see Coach.
It is.
Haven't seen him since the mattress sale last time we were here.
I missed talking to him. All we heard was it's the coach's fault, and I kind of figured somebody was down there. And those of us who've been through it know exactly. It's always the coach's fault, as
well,
we know.
Ball at the 6-yard line.
And sometimes even when it's good, it's the coach's fault.
Third down.
Big play here for Muncy. I mean, you want to try and you're down here. You want to get the ball in the end zone, obviously, and mercy rule would go into effect with the extra point. But still, when you're in this time of the year, you want to maximize every opportunity you get because it's all about execution.
They have one timeout left, Muncy?
No, they're out.
They're out of timeout, so this very well can be the final play.
Yeah, and they just jumped. Gage Ward's left a little early.
And that was a walk-in touchdown for Christian Good.
So now you've got your dilemma. Do you want to try to field goal and put your field goal kicker out here through the paces in a pressure situation? He hasn't missed all year.
Well, Boring is on the sidelines. You can see him standing there by the practice net. 11 seconds, he's saying. Put on the clock, 11.1.
Well, you could get two here, Paul. You could get a fade into the end zone with 11.1 seconds left.
Absolutely.
Which with Iyer, when you've got someone of his size at this level, at 6'3" and a freshman, you may want to with that, because anybody on Millersburg's defensive secondary is giving up some height.
Iyer rolling, looking, throwing to the end zone to Iyer, up and intercepted by Feaster. And he laterals the ball over to Snyder. This is going to be the last play of the half. Here comes Jonathan Snyder.
Room. All right.
And looking to see if time expired. Flag on the play.
And there's some Millersburg players that are actually quite hot at Elijah Latshaw, one of their own players. So I don't know if he did something that he shouldn't have. Number 74. But it's going to be after the interception, I believe. Nothing happened here. He's sort of walking around by himself in the end zone. So I think that's going to be the half.
Well, the half is going to end on the defensive penalty here. Block in the back. It's going to be declined, and that's going to be into the half. We've played one half here at STA Stadium. Muncy 28, Millersburg nothing. We'll be back. Chris Massey coming up at the half. We'll be back with the second half.
Hi, I'm Cammie Rooney, broker owner of RE/MAX West Branch, and I'm here today to talk about a new program called Heroes Home Advantage that's exclusive to Lycoming County. And I'm also here with Mike Lee from Susquehanna Community Bank. And this program is great because it helps heroes on the front line for us every day. And what we do is we give back 20% of the commission on the realtor side to the hero. And Mike, what do you have at the bank as far as the program?
Well, first up, we're glad to partner with RE/MAX, and Cammie, thank you very much for the partnership. And at closing, we'll give up to $700 back to that hero in our community. And that also, just keep in mind who these heroes are. These are folks who make our community better and safer.
Absolutely. And to qualify to be a hero, it includes the military, whether it's active, retired, or a veteran, law enforcement, first responders, healthcare professionals, and who else, Mike? Anybody I'm missing?
There's another great category too, Cammie, and that's our teachers that are out there.
Awesome.
So we include them in the program as well. So it's a very broad group, and we're just really excited to give back to the community. Our name, Susquehanna Community Bank, has that, obviously, the community name in there. It's a great way to partner with you and give back to the community.
That's great. And RE/MAX West Branch felt that we could really give back to the community because we live and work in this community every day, and these people are on the front line for us, so this is our way of giving back to them.
And the timing is really good for us, by the way. Susquehanna Community Bank, our 7th branch is opening here soon on the Golden Strip. So we're an independent local bank. We formerly known as West Mountain State Bank. We rebranded last year to Susquehanna Community Bank. And we love our independence, and that's the plan for us to have the 7th branch open with ribbon cutting in October.
That's great. So you can call Susquehanna Community Bank or RE/MAX West Branch at 570-321-1010 and check out these great listings. Here's some of these active listings that we currently have at RE/MAX West Branch. And whether you're a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer, or somebody that's downsizing, call us for all of your real estate needs today. We would be glad to help you.
Hey, we're back here at halftime with the West Branch RE/MAX halftime show and have Dr. Chris Massey as our guest. And Chris, I don't know, from up here it looked like it was an old-fashioned butt whipping on the offensive and defensive lines by Muncy. What you got for us rushing-wise, at the very least, for Muncy?
Yeah, they've Ethan Gush and Elijah Weichel both have over 100 yards rushing. Gush has 136 yards on 18 carries, and Elijah Weichel is at 14 carries for 108 yards. So 336 yards total, and I think Branson Iyer has about 33 yards passing. So they almost have 300 yards rushing, which is you do that in the first half, you're going to win just about any time.
Correct, especially with them not turning the ball over, and they've kept the ball out of what Millersburg playmakers, that what they do have. They've kept the ball out of their hands after that first and initial drive. That, I believe, according to our stats, Chris, will put Ethan Gush at his 5th 100-yard game of the year.
Yeah.
He had 4 coming in. So I think one of the big things that barring a miracle here, I'm going to talk to Coach after the game, but we saw him against Muncy. We saw Muncy, against South a long time ago. And South really took it to him physically the whole night. And to see where Muncy is now, and we got a chance to see him against Montgomery in the old shoe game, they seem to have improved quite a bit.
Yeah, I think I've been doing this since 1999, and I think for in-season transformations, it's one of the best that I've seen in my time here because, like you said, I saw promise in the South game. They didn't finish some drives that game, so I thought there was some ability there. But for them to get to the point they are now is pretty tremendous. They've just come light years from where they were.
And you look at the roster, and I'm just taking a quick look-see up and down at, freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. So, I think the future is very bright. Plus, Tyler Nixon
comes
may
back
be
next
their
year.
Best running back out of all of them, who's a freshman, right?
Yeah.
Is not even dressed the whole year, hurt his knee very early on.
Yeah, and that, from what I hear, they have a great junior high team, so I think they're going to have some really good ninth graders coming up. And they've got some good linemen this year that they're going to have to replace, but if they do that, the sky's the limit for this team. And then you add in all this postseason experience that they're getting right now. Now they're going to most likely move on to the state quarterfinals and get a taste of going against some of the state's premier teams. So I think this could just be the start for this program. I think there's really some more great days ahead.
Well, when we looked at it at the beginning of the season, I don't think there was anybody, in all honesty, who believed that Muncy would be playing today, even be playing for a district championship.
Yep.
And Paul and I talked about it in the opening that they avenged 2 regular season losses in back-to-back weeks, beating Sayre and Canton.
Yep.
And, as long as I've been around the area, it's always difficult to go to Canton and win.
Yeah.
They used to be that Saturday afternoon game all the time, but they still play very well at home up there.
They do, and I thought Canton was the team to beat coming into the season, and they earned that top seed, and they had their way with them in week 6, but it just speaks to the development that Muncy has made, and all 3 district titles that they've won in the last 4 years, 5 of the wins have been on the road. This was the second time, 2 years in a row now, they've gone to Sayre and Canton and won games in the playoffs. So it just speaks to, I think, the coaching job that Sean Tetro's doing and the staff is doing, and the belief that these kids have in themselves that they can do anything, that they're not afraid of anybody.
And that's the thing that I wanted to mention also, in having coached against this school for a long time when I was at South, and they've always had some talented kids, but the element that I see from them now, especially today, and I understand the team they're going up against, but I don't know when it's the last time it's been when a team's had 300 yards plus rushing in a half. The physicality of the line that I'm watching today has not been vindicative of what Muncy's of what Muncy's been like over the years, and that's a good sign for them. They seem to be getting a little bit of nasty attitude up front.
Yeah, it's a team that I think's built in their coach's image. Sean Tetro was a dominant lineman at Hughesville, and he had a good college career, and he played some semi-pro football. And he was on some awesome Hughesville teams that were kind of like this, that would ground and pound you and kind of wear you into submission. And that's what I think this Muncy team's taking on that image right now. I know when you were coaching, Scott McLean was there for a long time, and they had kind of freewheeling offense. They
all love to throw the ball around
exactly, and they had tremendous skill players. But I think you're right. I think all their success right now is starting up front on both sides of the ball.
And then the defensively, we've talked a lot about their offense, but the front four, I thought, after the first initial series for Millersburg, where they did move the ball, they got no pressure. The very next series, we talked about it on the air. We saw Hillman and Howeisen and Hembry and Brown starting to exert a little bit of their dominance defensively. It's not like they're sending 6 or 7 people every play, and they're able to get heat with those 4 people. Now, looking ahead, Lackawanna Trail made it to the state championship game last year, have quite a bit back, and what, do you know anything about them other than that?
No, I mean, I know they were the 4 seed going into District 2, which kind of surprises me. But Old Ford was number 1 throughout the season in the state rankings, and they took it to them in the first round. So traditionally, they're a team like Muncy, where they got big boys up front, and they kind of impose their will on people. So they're definitely going to be the underdog next week. But I like where the Muncy team's at now. I like where their mentality is at right now. They're definitely not going to go tiptoeing into that game. I think they can make it an interesting battle.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do know that Lackawanna Trail runs a version of the wing tee, so that'll be something that they haven't seen with everybody being in a pistol and all the spread things.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be very disciplined if they're going to shut that down next week. So
absolutely, they're going to have to keep their gap responsibilities and play smart football, because the wing tee, I think a lot of it's about responsibility and not over pursuing, and so they'll have to do a good job with that. But I think it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, and you touched on it earlier. I think that Muncy's going to be at this point is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, and the way I look at it is it's a no-loss situation for them, regardless of the score, to get this far, to be able to get exposure and experience. When you have so many kids back, it's nothing but a plus.
Absolutely. It can only help them moving forward, whatever happens moving forward from this point on.
Well, all right, Doc, anything else
that
you want to add? We sort of touched on a lot of topics. Appreciate you coming up and spending the half.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for this area, with 3 teams going to the quarterfinals next week, assuming Muncy doesn't collapse here in the second half. So it's a fun time.
And we'll find out today who Shore plays. It's either going to be Pottsville or Allentown Central Catholic.
Yep.
And they go at it today, 2 pretty good teams.
Yeah, it'll be a good battle next week. I mean, obviously, at this point, they're all going to, in the state quarterfinals, they're all going to be good games, but it's fun.
They should be, at least.
You would think, yep.
All right, Chris. Well, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll run into you down the road here as our local teams continue to find success.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, thanks so much.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right. Chris Massey, everybody, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, it's Jim Webb, and I'm on 4 Mile Drive at Remax West Branch, and I'm with Cammie Rooney. Great to see you, Cammie Rooney.
You too, Jim. How are you doing?
Wonderful. You take over from Deb Williams about 3-4 years ago. You're the broker owner, and one thing that I love is that you give back to the community. Everything you're involved in seems to be community driven, and Deb was the same way, but give me an overview of what's going on here at Remax.
Well, at Remax West Branch, we do love to give back. We give back millions of dollars, our Remax network, to Children's Miracle Network, to help young children that are sick in the hospital. We have given back to the local SPCA in the past, and we just live and work in this community, so we feel like it's a great honor to give back to people, and we have some of the best agents around here, and we're experienced, and it's an enjoyable.
And I travel the country, and there's no place like home. I love to get out and about, but I love the West Branch Valley and where we live. And one thing's for sure is the people are special within our communities and our areas.
Absolutely, I agree.
Tell me about the new program you got on with my friend Mike Lee here going on.
It's called Heroes Home Advantage, and that program helps out our local heroes that are on the front line for us every day, working hard. And so this is our way of giving back to the community. Since they are on the front line, we're going to give up 20% of our commission back to them at closing, which could be a huge savings when you're buying or selling a home.
And it's my understanding, Mike's down at Susquehanna Community Bank now. They're opening up here soon. But it's exclusive to you two folks, right?
Yes, it's like Cumming County exclusive. Right now it's Remax West Branch and Susquehanna Community Bank are the partners in the program.
That's fantastic. So that's what's going on here on 4 Mile Drive. Get out to a football game near you.
Sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years of care.
Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan with the best selection of new Nissans, the best quality pre-owned vehicles, the best service, and best of all, the Blaze Alexander low price guarantee. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, and we dare you to find a better dealer. Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, because at Blaze Alexander Nissan, we're taking deals the other guys won't.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com. That's right, we'll always offer the lowest price, guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000.
All right, Coach, we're back here at STA Stadium, 28-0 at the half. Muncy in total control. Let's talk a little bit about the scoring summary and how we got to this point. It started off Elijah Weichel, 20-yard run, 7-0 Muncy. Ethan Gush, first of 2, 11 yards out, made it 14-0. Gush again from 1 yard out, made it 21-0 after a nice 47-yard run that caught him down inside the 1. And to close out the scoring, Christian Good, a 1 yard run, 28-0, and that's where we stand here at the half. I know you talked to Chris Massey a little bit at the half. The rushing by Muncy's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, about 297 yards to be exact, but we can call it 300. And anytime a high school team rolls that up in a half, and you add on no turnovers and very few penalties, it's usually a mixture for a very big win. And it's not, Paul, when you read all these numbers off, it's not like we're looking at 74, 84-yard runs, 90-yard runs. It's been a very methodical performance by the Indian offense today.
And I'd like to see the time of possession. They are absolutely dominating in time of possession. Well, when you run for 297 yards, you're going to control the clock. And Muncy will receive here to start the second half. In about, or under a minute here before we start.
So a very nice conversation with Chris, who does a great job with the stats and does a great job promoting football in our area. Let us know a little bit of the numbers that we don't always get a chance, to present you with at halftime, because there's only just so much that we can take care of. But you and I both had a feeling that at least one back for Muncy was over 100 yards. But, Ethan Gush having now his 5th 100-yard game of the season.
Yeah, I believe he had 138. I believe Weichel, I saw 107 or 108. And Iyer has 47 or 50 yards.
And all three of them are back next year, as are most of the Muncy Indians, who are very young.
I heard you telling Chris that sophomore, freshman, junior, and such a young team for Muncy. And like I said, when we saw them at the beginning of the year against South, they were so outmatched. But they grow up in a hurry. Kids grow up in a hurry. Now 8-4, looking to be 9-4, barring a major catastrophe here in the second half, and advancing.
And I can tell you, one of the things, that's not a given. Okay, just because teams are laden with freshmen and sophomore, doesn't mean that they're automatically going to be successful football teams for the next 2 or 3 years. There's got to be a commitment, a belief made, etc. And these kids have bought into what their coaches are doing with them.
Absolutely,
it's very evident.
Handoff, Gush, big hole down at the 40-yard line, another first down. Gush picking up yards by the bundle. He's up over 150 now.
Yep, straight power football by Muncy.
And you can see the difference even on the sideline, manpower. 23 kids dressed for Millersburg, and Muncy with a slew of kids on the sideline there. Handoff, Gush up the middle. Picks up 4 or 5 on first down.
Correct stop made by Aiden Harmon, who's playing linebacker for Millersburg, their quarterback, who's going to complete a pretty decent career here for Millersburg at the end of the day. Again, kind of a bittersweet afternoon for them as they're going to cease playing football. They've been playing football for more than 100 seasons, and as I said, will not field a team next year. And I don't know what stages the co-op effort's in with them and Upper Dauphin to maybe even join as a school.
Here Weichel on the jet sweep, cuts it back, 20, inside down to the 15-yard line.
Another 20, 25-yard gain there. They're just gouging Millersburg at will.
Be another first down up at the 17-yard line. And number 40 is on the turf.
And that's Zach Verworn, 5'8", 875-pound junior.
Maybe cramping up there. You can see how he was laying down, stretching his legs.
Well, obviously Millersburg can't afford any injuries here. They had a forfeited game earlier in the season because they were so banged up. You want to get out of this healthy today.
1st and 10. Here comes Weichel again around the end. 15, 10, trying to get to the corner and down to about the 12-yard line. Tackle made by number 33. Chance Crawford, the running back, on to stop, and he hasn't really had a chance to get going today either.
We haven't had the ball.
Yeah.
And here we go again. Muncy's had, this is what, 7th, 8th play of this drive at least?
2nd and 6 now. Ball at the 14-yard line.
Taking their time getting to the line of scrimmage.
Handoff up the middle. Again, straight ahead. Dylan Shar also in and back on running back.
I can't remember calling more than 1 or 2 negative rush plays for Muncy in this football game, if any.
Now 3rd and 2, ball now at the 9-yard line. Just underway here, third quarter, 28-0. Muncy looking for more at the doorstep. Backs in an eye. Pitch wide, bobbled. And
it's going to be got
Iyer
covered
falls
by
on
Iyer.
it there. Now you might see a field goal from here. See, Boring is on the sidelines.
Yep, coach is calling for it, I believe.
Yeah, Boring's still standing there.
Nope, personnel change, not field goal. Let's see what Coach T has dialed up.
4th and 9. Now back at the 16. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Iyer rolling that way. Look,
Wide open in the
has
flat.
Nikolov there and overshot him, had him open. If he could have turned it up, it would have been a first down, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Rick, one of the few things Muncy's done wrong today.
Well, he was open there. If he catches
was.
it, it's a first down, and maybe he walks into the end zone. And Millersburg will take over. Is that your Christmas list, Coach, there? You're making all those red checks? Is that gifts for me?
I can't reveal what I'm doing.
Okay, I was just looking all those checks there. I was thinking if you're checking your list, you're checking it twice.
I checked it twice.
We saw Coach Cruz, and we know he's not naughty. He is nice.
Coach Cruz is nice. Coach
Such
Cruz
a
is one
good
of my
guy.
favorite people.
Oh, yeah. No malfeasance there.
Nope.
Little Wildcat action to Feaster.
Yeah, off the quarterback trap out of the Wildcat. Pretty decent gain for Millersburg, +5.
At this point in the game, change it up any way you can. They're looking for any kind of spark here.
Well, you can't score 28 at once, correct? No. So you got to start somewhere. You take it back, try and get it back in increments. If you can get a couple this quarter and see what the fourth quarter brings, but you have to get the first one before you can get 14.
4 wide now for Millersburg. Hayden Harmon back in at quarterback. Crawford the setback. Harmon straight drop back to pass, throws. Pass complete to Feaster. Feaster, little juke move, first down up at the 30, up to the 35-yard line. Nice move by Caden Feaster.
And 2 positive plays in a row for Millersburg. And there you see a little bit of the athletic ability they have with a couple of their skill kids if you get them out in space. That was a real nice effort by Caden Feaster.
We have not called Kyle Kastner's name at all tonight.
We have not.
He was the receiver on the deep ball that lost it in the sun. 3 to the bottom of your screen now, 1st and 10. Harmon back to pass, looking now, throws deep down the field. Speaking of Kastner, looking for him, overshot everybody. Iyer on the coverage.
Well, sort of had a look, maybe like a little bit of a screw up as Jonathan Snyder stopped his pattern. But Kastner kept his going, so I couldn't quite tell who he was throwing to.
Second and 10. $28-0. 8:26 to go in the third. Harmon from the pistol.
He's bringing some pressure here.
Back to pass, over the middle, in and out of the hands of Kastner.
Man, that should have been caught. Very, very nice ball delivered that time by Harmon. And Kastner should have had that. He diagnosed the pressure that Muncy was bringing, and it should have been 3rd and short at worst for Millersburg.
And he was open on that play. You could see it developing from up high here. Good pass. Third and 10 now. Feaster up to the top of your screen. 3 receivers spread to the top, 1 to the bottom. That's Snyder. Setback is Crawford. Handoff to Crawford. Straight ahead, gain of about 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th and about 5, maybe 6.
I think Millersburg is going to go for it. They almost have to.
Fourth and 6, 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Crawford still in the game at tailback. Harmon rolling to his right, still rolling. Throws. ran out of real estate there, intended for Caden Feaster. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, K.L. Hembury did not lose contain and sort of forced Harmon, to have to try and pull up and make a very difficult throw, and it sailed very well wide out of bounds. And Muncy's going to take over an awesome field position here, their second possession of the second half. Winner of this game, as we said earlier at halftime, will be facing the Lackawanna Trail Lions, defeated Williams Valley last night, pulling away late in a very good single-A game. And, Paul, if you're aware or not, but Lackawanna Trail did play for the state championship last year, came up short.
So they're probably loaded again.
Well, they do have quite a bit back from last year's team. I think they were disappointed up there with their regular season, but another case of a team that's playing good football when it really counts.
Flag on the play here. It's going to be a hold against Muncy.
And you don't want to get sloppy now if you're Muncy.
No, and this game is getting sloppy right now in the third quarter.
You played that type of first half that you played. You don't want to come out now and be fumbling and stumbling around, penalties, fumbling, tosses, those types of things. You want to be sharp here and maintain your focus and be trending upward as you go into next week's big game against the Lions.
First and 20 now. Back at the 49-yard line. Pitch wide. That's Gush. Turns it up. A lot of room. 30. Down to the 25-yard line. The first down for Ethan Gush. He's close to 200 yards, Coach, on the ground.
Another big hole to run through, and much of the same. Just I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but the offensive line is doing a yeoman's job.
Iyer calls his own number around the end. He has room, cuts it back to the 20, 15, 10, 5, stretching for that pylon, and he is in for the touchdown. 27-yard run for Branson Iyer, and it's a point away from being 35-0.
I like the speed the freshman showed there. He was pretty decisive in getting his shoulders turned, got upfield. He's not going to get any smaller over the next 4 years either.
Now boring on for the extra point. Offsides there. Flags fly. It's like Feaster jumped early.
Yeah, Feaster had a running start by about 3 yards.
.6:39 to go, third quarter. 34-0. Muncy leads. There's a snap spot. Kick up. Kick is good. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. Branson Iyer puts it up 35-0. Muncy leads. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your
back STA Stadium, 35-0. Muncy leads and the mercy rule is in effect. Coach, do you care to elaborate a little bit and tell the fans what exactly that means?
Well, when you get up 35 points on an opponent or more, the mercy rule is designed to just have the clock be a continuous run clock and try to shorten the game as best as possible so nobody ends up getting really embarrassed.
And that's a good rule. You want to protect kids. You want to make sure no one gets hurt. And also no one gets embarrassed.
Correct. You've got some teams that like to run scores up yet and do those things, and it's really not in the spirit of high school football.
Well, we've seen that happen quite a few times, and in the end, they usually get theirs because usually what goes around comes around. We've seen some teams, questionable calls, late field goals, stuff like that, and, at the end of the year, you're looking back and they end up with a losing season or they got shellacked a couple of times. But there's always someone bigger and better.
Well, and it's just not the spirit of what the high school game is about. If it's the NFL, it's a professional game. Major college football, the stakes are a little different. But a high school game,
sure,
there's no place for it. So I agree with you 100%. The football gods have a way of evening those things out.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Harmon, little bubble screen there. That's Feaster again.
Great pursuit by the Muncy defense. There's 4 Navy jerseys coming off that pile or around it.
I'll tell you what, this Feaster kid there, he has good hands. We haven't seen him drop a pass. Most
Nope.
of the receivers have had a hard time holding on to the ball. He's been really good for Millersburg. A bright spot today in an otherwise gloomy day. Now trips to the bottom of your screen. Millersburg going from left to right here on your screen. Harmon straight drop. Looking. He's looking for Feaster. He's covered. Now spins out. Puts the ball on his hip and turns it upfield. Makes something out of nothing. Gained about 3 yards on the play.
Well, I'll say.
He was looking for Caden Feaster in
He
the middle of the
was.
field. Almost a little hitch and go there. If he would have had some time, he had Feaster streaking down the field as he pump faked. But Muncy all over him on defense.
Yeah, he was running for his life. Hembry had pressure again. But you saw a little bit of his athletic ability spinning around and making something out of nothing for Millersburg. As for those of you at home don't know, Paul just landed a severe blow to a fly with a huge right hook.
Down goes Frazier, as we called last week.
Well, the fly's down.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Harmon once again from the gun. Another quick bubble screen. This time it's Snyder. Nowhere to go. Nice tackle by number.
Once again, Ayers there that time to make the tackle for Muncy right on the spot. And I'm sure Millersburg's going to go for it again.
4th and 2 here. So when Muncy gets the ball back, you think we're going to see some wholesale substitutions?
I would, personally. I hate to say get some of your younger kids in, but they're all playing.
They're all young to begin with, yeah. Clock at 4 minutes, 20 seconds, third quarter. Still a long way to go here. 35-0. All Muncy. Definitely off. And up the middle.
Well, the Millersburg coaches are upset that Xander Brown was lined up in the neutral zone, and I believe they're right, but there's no flag on the play, and Millersburg's going to turn the ball over.
Well, that was pretty obvious there, I think.
I don't know how you missed that.
Well. When you have 2 people staring right down the line of the ball. All right, 1st and 10 Muncy. Higher. Handoff up the middle. And that is Weichel. Ball at the 44, 2nd and 9, gain of 1 on the play.
That offensive line that we've talked about for Muncy, featuring Hembury, Hillman, and Howeisen are seniors, but the center and right guard, Isaac Harris and Gavin Hillman, are both sophomores. They'll be returning for Muncy.
I count 9 seniors on the team. That is it. And that's including Isaac Boring, the kicker. So it's up 2nd and looks like about 4, Coach. 4 or 5. Ball at the 44-yard line. 35-0. It's been all Muncy. Handoff up the middle. That's number 39.
Nathan Palmatier.
Palmatier, ball carrier. First carry of the game.
Yep, one of his few carries for the day.
Senior. Plays mostly tight end. Seeing some time at fullback. And that'll be another first down.
And Dakota Howeisen coming out of the game now up front for Muncy. Being replaced by James Schoonmaker, senior offensive lineman, number 63. So maybe we are going to see a couple of those changes.
Pitch wide to Weichel. Oh, flags fly. Flag on the field.
Well, from where that's thrown, it's usually a hold or a block in the back. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a hold.
That was thrown really, really quick again. And it will be a holding call.
Yeah, as you stated, Muncy's gotten a little bit sloppy.
Clock beginning to tick down here in the third quarter. Minute 45 to go, clock running. Iyer, hand off to Gush.
Another big hole on that counter trap.
Gush down to the 30. Got the yardage back from the penalty.
And they've run that play with great success all day.
Second down and 7 for Muncy. Ball at Millersburg's 30-yard line.
Inside dive to Palmatier.
Gained about 3 on the play.
Sounds about good, Paul.
We're just freestyling it here. We can't see the scoreboard at all.
What's under a minute? I'm going to say 34 seconds.
Yep, ticking down here. They will have to run one more play here in the third quarter. In motion is good. Iyer, pitch wide.
Good defense by Millersburg on that play. Actually very well forced by Zach Verworn, who got upfield and disturbed the blocking scheme to the point where there was no room to run.
Say it'll be about 4th and 2 when we start the fourth quarter here.
And that will be the end of the third
And that's
quarter,
the end of
Paul.
three quarters here at STA Stadium in Williamsport. Muncy leads 35-0. We'll be right back for quarter number 4.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a fourth-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition.
That'll give you a chance to. All right, we're back here for the fourth quarter. Ethan Gush, the ball carrier again. Another first down for Muncy.
That was about a 10 or 12-yard gain, something a little different.
And stay tuned with us after the game. Coach Salonis is going to be down on the field for some player interviews and coach interviews to talk to the Muncy coaches.
Who are 11 minutes and some change away from getting their first ever state playoff victory. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of happy Indians.
And up to Weichel. Weichel to 15, 10, inside 5, stretching for the goal line and down to the 1-yard line.
They've hurt Millersburg with that play the entire afternoon. Another counter trap.
Here comes Paul Pepper checking into the game, number 6. Haven't seen him at all.
No, it's been a while.
Yep. And he was one of the starters for Muncy for most of the year.
Correct.
Played 9 games till he got hurt. And now he is back here with 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go, clock running. Ball sitting at the 1-yard line again for Muncy. He's going to line up at a little tight end here, Coach. H-back in motion.
We're going to have a penalty on Gavin Hillman. Sophomore guard jumped a little bit too soon.
Coach, what do we got coming up next week?
Well, from what I'm being told, we're going to be covering the Jersey Shore Bulldogs.
Against the winner of Central Catholic and Pottsville. That'll
Correct.
be next week, either Friday and or Saturday. Montoursville will play Wyoming area. We were told they believe the game is Saturday.
And think we were told that that's going to be here.
Yeah.
And Friday night, I believe we were told that Muncy will be here. Is that correct?
I
Against the
believe that's
Lions.
what Doc Massey said, yeah.
So I'm guessing we're going to be either at Selinsgrove again or Shamokin.
Well, I'll tell you what, Selinsgrove is a really good Mexican restaurant there, Coach. If we go there, food is the first thing we think of. And
once again, the plurality.
Muncy coaches come out to us. They believe that they are here Friday night. And Paul Pepper in
Good
for a
Paul.
touchdown.
That's got to be good for him.
Good to see him back on the field.
Junior running back, had an injury, whether that's been out for quite some time. The only other place I think, Paul, that Shore game might be would be Susquehanna University, but I don't know if they've got lights.
That's in Selinsgrove,
It's
correct?
in Selinsgrove.
Yeah. That's a really nice stadium, but I think they do have lights. You're talking about the college?
Yeah.
I think they do have lights.
It's been a while since I've been there, since I was at Lycoming. Well, 9:30 left, 42-0.
That's another Park Pizza touchdown with a little pepper on it. Paul Pepper from 6 yards out.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs coffee and peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport.
We're back here, 42-0. It's been all Muncy. Fielded by Schneider again.
And I can't believe we need to get security up here, as we have a visitor who I've not seen in a long, long time come into booth. One Mr. Denny Hammond. Coach, how are you? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, they're all down there. Coach Hammond and I go way back from the Useville South clashes and a little bit of time at Lycoming. A good man. Glad to see him coaching our youth yet in Useville. So nice to see him. All right. Have a great Thanksgiving, Coach. All right. Sorry, Paul.
Did you guys say you guys had the first Thanksgiving dinner together?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought that's what you
Don't
said. Okay. I'm sorry.
Coach is a great man, great guy. That's one of the things with spending a lot of time, so many years in this profession. You get to meet a lot of quality people who have had tremendous impacts on a lot of young lives over the years.
A lot of good people. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Harmon back to pass, deep out. Pass complete.
And, they threw that. They threw a version of that pass the very first series of the game, and they haven't come back to it till now. They had great success with it.
Yeah.
They got the ball out early, some timing patterns, stop patterns.
Coach, you're the real MVP, battling that cold here. In case our fans don't know, you were on death's bed yesterday. Called me up. The NyQuil fixed you up, and you sound great today, and I'm glad you're here.
Well, thank goodness for the NyQuil.
That stuff really knocks you down, but I'll tell you what, you always feel like $1 million the next day after taking that.
Yeah, I got up yesterday, got cleaned up, went into school. I felt fine, got there early because I do some prep work, that type of stuff, and by 7:30, I literally could not speak.
Yeah. Well, that stuff's like a miracle drug there, and glad to have you here because without you, the wheels don't turn.
Oh, yes, they do, but I appreciate it.
It'll be 4th down again here.
I've had a great time working with you this year, and I'm glad we've got at least one more week left.
Harmon steps up under pressure, throws, just got that ball off.
Yeah, he was looking for Snyder over the middle, but he was harassed big time by the Muncy defensive line, and I think the young man's just having a seat on the turf, contemplating.
Yeah, and like I said, we get at least one more game together. Who knows? We might get 2, maybe even in Hershey. Who knows?
Who knows?
You never know.
You never know
where we're going to end up. And I'll be segueing right to basketball. Then I won't even have any downtime. Jim and I will be hitting the hardwood soon.
Well, I'll tell you, the only thing I'm not going to miss in here are the flies.
I knocked one of them flying.
Who
no
have
pun intended.
Since multiplied.
Well, there's a ton of them in
They're
here.
all over the place.
Next, we'll be talking about cloud formations. Hand off to Weichel up the middle, and they are just gouging.
That was a derivative of a counter give. That brings back memories right there. Paul?
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you called for it earlier.
Well, you never know when you're going to see that or that. What was the other one? The one you used to always call the double A gap?
Double A gap trap?
Yeah. All right, 1st down again for Muncy here. At the 30-yard line. Pitch to Weichel, cuts back. Man, he get cut on a dime.
And he did that.
Kid's hard to believe he's only a freshman.
Yeah, he showed you that he puts some weight on and grows a little bit more, gets some more strength to him. He's going to be fantastic. He set the block up that time. Actually, set the Harmon kid up at linebacker who thought he was going to make a tackle and put his foot in the ground and went the opposite direction for 3 or 4 more yards.
Second and 2. Ball at the 22. Weichel again. Nothing doing there. Harmon on the tackle there.
It's 4:30 and counting left to go in the game.
All right, Coach, you can head down there and
all right.
gather
Try to
everything
stay
up. And
safe.
We'll bring it home here and send it down to you at the end. It'll be 3rd down and 1 here. 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go in this one. Pitch wide. And that will be a first down. Shard, the ball carrier. New set of downs for Muncy as the clock begins to roll here. Here's a handoff, number 42. Jason Shuda into the game. Some new ball carriers now getting some touches for Muncy. As when this ball is snapped, we will be under 3 minutes to go. It's been all Muncy, 42-0 over Millersburg. Second and 5, ball at the 15. There's a pitch running wide. That's Shar. Cutting back inside the 10-yard line. Close to another first down, maybe 3rd and short. Third down and 1. Clock 2:24 and counting. Handoff up the middle, and Shar is in for the touchdown. Boring on for the extra point to make it 49-0. Kick is up. Kick is good. That's another Park Pizza touchdown. Muncy 49, Millersburg 0. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces It's everything for us. Visit Van Camping and see what over 70 years.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks.
All right, we're back here at STA Stadium, 49-0. Muncy leads 1:56 to go in this one. Boring set to tee it up. Fielded at the 20 by Feaster. Trying to get to the corner to the 30. Cuts it back to the 35. Inside to the... Now backtracks back to the 35 and tackled by Gage Wirtz. Can you do it? Yeah. 1:22 to go. Clock running here. 5 wide for Millersburg. Harmon back to pass. Has time. Looking. Throws deep. Has a man down there. And overshoots number 10, Kyle Kastner. Had a step. Second down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. 40 seconds to go. 5 wide again for Millersburg. Harmon back to pass. Under pressure, looking, steps up. Looks and down he goes. Sacked. I think Lucas Groover, number 81. Sets up a 3rd and 9. Harmon back to pass, looking, throws deep, downfield, complete to Kastner. Tries to lateral it, ball on the turf, and that's the way the game is going to end here. It's a final score from STA Stadium here in Williamsport. Muncy 49, Millersburg nothing. We'll be right back with Coach Salonis and the winning Muncy Indians.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Coach Tetro, what are your feelings after this big win today?
I mean, it's a huge win for our Muncy school, man. I mean, first state playoff victory in Muncy football history. We were happy to come out here. Kids played a great game. I mean, they left everything they had on the field, and that's what we're going to need the rest of the way.
That they did, and I don't know if you're aware or not, but you rushed for over 400 yards today.
I mean, it's one of those things, what got us here is that strong running game. I mean, we never wavered. We got some dynamic backs in the backfield, all 3 guys, and we knew we had to run the ball. We established line of scrimmage, we'll be okay.
And you did. You established it on both sides of the ball. I mean, really, after Millersburg's opening drive, when they received the kickoff, they got a first down or 2, and then penalty hurt them. But after that, your pressure defensively, and you weren't even sending anybody. Your front 4, I thought, really kicked it up. Did you do anything different with them alignment-wise?
It's one of those things we talked about all week. We knew Millersburg is a dynamic offense that can throw the ball. But if we got pressure, we knew it would limit what they can do back half. We had some great guys in the back half. So we were making fun of the linemen all week. You guys haven't had a sack all year. You guys don't know how to rush. So it was great to see them come out. They took that in moments to heart. They pinned their ears back, and they got after the quarterback.
on a little bit of a different note, we had a chance to see you against South Williamsport early in the year, and not one of your better games. We had a chance to see you win the shoe back later on. There was definite improvement, and I was just talking to Coach Weber and a couple of the other coaches here after the game today, and miles and miles of improvement since that South game, and that's got to be a credit to you guys as a coaching staff and to the kids.
I mean, we coached them up, but those kids took ownership. That South Williamsburg game, we got a little bit of a bright light syndrome. I think those freshmen, week 4 there, they got a little of that bright lights. They got a little nervous, but they're not freshmen anymore. They've played enough football games. They're experienced guys, and they're not afraid of anybody left.
Well, it didn't seem that way today. I thought a thorough whipping of Millersburg on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And being a former lineman, nothing could be truer or dearer to your heart, I don't think.
I mean, it's one of those things we joke about all the time. It's time for linemen to eat. They love their food, so when they get here on the field, it's time for them to eat, time for them to pave the way.
Well, Coach, rumor has it, either Friday night or Saturday, right back here against Lackawanna Trail, and team that played for a state championship last year. But I'll tell you right now, I know your kids aren't going to back down.
I mean, Lackawanna Trail is a great football team. They're known for hard-nosed running football. So are we. So our kids are going to come ready to play, and I know they're going to be excited. They're ready to have their game.
Well, Coach, we'll let you go enjoy this victory, and hopefully it'll keep rolling for the Muncy Indians.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.